So Ryan Garcia has called out Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis responded by saying he's food, and he put up a little yawning emoji. I think Ryan Garcia is food for Boots Ennis, but he's spicy food. So if you're not careful, you could get burned. I think Boots Ennis is a better fighter, bigger guy, fast, powerful, ambidextrous. I think he's a lot more formidable than Devin Haney ever was. But you certainly don't want to underestimate a kid like Ryan Garcia. He's got speed and power, and those two attributes will always give him a chance against anyone in these weight classes. I've personally got no doubt that Ryan Garcia's power will carry up to 147. I think he'll be a big puncher there too. But let's say hypothetically that fight did happen at a full 147, and Boots was locked in and focused and not underestimating Ryan Garcia. Of course, I see him winning. I see him stopping Garcia. But if there's one flaw that Boots has shown in his career up to this point, is that his defense can be a little porous. And that's often because he's so focused on offense and he's so in love with his own talent. He sometimes gets carried away and leaves himself open. Don't want to be doing that against Ryan Garcia, because Garcia is more talented than anybody Boots Ennis has fought so far as a pro. That's a fact. Sometimes when you fight a certain level of opponent for too long, you start to become lackadaisical. Steel sharpens steel. It would do Boots good to fight a higher caliber of opponent. It would help sharpen his tools and bring him on. He probably hasn't reached his peak yet. Now, I'm all about fighters getting in line for title shots, not jumping the queue. With that being said, there's not a lot of activity going on right now at 147. You don't see all the contenders fighting each other to earn their title shots. Yeah, there's some of it going on, but not that much. And that therefore leaves the door open to somebody like Ryan Garcia, hypothetically, to move up to 147 and leapfrog everybody and say, yeah, I'm just taking a title shot right away. I say that because the public probably wouldn't complain about it. It's not like, for example, at super middleweight, where you've got David Benavidez, who's got a big following, relatively big following, and there's this ongoing saga where he can't get a shot at Canelo Alvarez. And there's like a campaign behind him almost to get him his shot. At 147, there's no such situation. Now, Boots was that guy to some extent for Terence Crawford, but Crawford now, it appears, has moved up. But there's no contender out there that the public are desperate to see him in the ring with Boots, right? So again, that means the door's then open for Ryan Garcia to step up and get a straight title shot. The public are probably not going to complain. Now, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you that I wouldn't expect the public to kick up a fuss about Ryan Garcia leapfrogging everyone to a title shot at 147. Anyway, that's my take on it all. Give me your take in the comment section below. Ryan Garcia calling out Boots Ennis. Is he even serious? If he is, do you reckon it could happen? They're both on DAZN. One of them's a Matchroom fighter. The other one's a Golden Boy fighter. Personally, I don't think Oscar De La Hoya would want that fight for Ryan Garcia right now. I don't see it. I think De La Hoya would more likely want Ryan Garcia to fight Teofimo Lopez. It might seem counterintuitive because Teofimo Lopez is with ESPN Top Rank, but I suspect that Golden Boy see Teofimo Lopez as a more winnable fight for Ryan Garcia. I don't think they're just looking to throw him in with literally anyone. I don't think they're that short-sighted. I think they do have a long-term strategy for Ryan Garcia, even though he's had this difficult relationship with them over the years. They're looking for long money. So I reckon they'll explore maybe a Devin Haney rematch, a fight with Teofimo Lopez. I'm not so sure about Isaac Cruz. I suspect they might try and avoid that one for now. Same goes for Subriel Matias. Although, I suspect they'll be more likely to fight Matias than Isaac Cruz. Because again, Matias is a DAZN fighter. And also, this is probably going to ruffle a lot of feathers and upset a lot of people, because he does seem to have somewhat of a cult following at the moment. But I think Matias is a little overrated. And I always have to say this because so many people use the term overrated in different ways. When I say overrated, I'm not saying Subriel Matias is no good. He is good. He is dangerous. I just think that a lot of his supporters are going over the top with how good they think he is. Maybe he'll prove me wrong, but I think they're going a little overboard. Yeah, he's good, but I don't think he's that good. And I suspect that De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia would look at Matias and say something similar. Yeah, he's good, but is he that good? Not so sure. He's a traditional come-forward pressure fighter. Attritional. He's not really a big one-punch knockout man. Ryan Garcia's more of a one-punch knockout man than Matias is. And look, it'd be an interesting fight. Matias coming with the constant pressure. Garcia fights in spurts. if Garcia can't keep Matias off of him, he might get dragged into deep waters and drowned. It's possible. But it's also possible that Matias, who isn't difficult to find in the ring, he's easier to find than Devin Haney is. So it's possible that he gets cracked with a left hook on the chin, and we find out that he's maybe not the Iron Man that people assumed him to be. Because he's never been hit as hard in a professional boxing ring as Ryan Garcia could hit him. If he can take Garcia's power, again, Garcia's in for a rough night, but the jury's still out on whether he can. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Give me your thoughts in the comment section below about everything I've talked about in this video. And before I go, I want to give a shout out to all the new subscribers to my Patreon page. I cover loads of different topics in my weekly podcast, as you can see on screen right now, from current events to deep dives down the rabbit hole and everything in between. I'm really enjoying the feedback and the discussions we've been having on there lately. So if you'd like to join the conversation, just click the link in the description box below. Are you sick and tired of the mainstream mindset? Does the dogmatic conformity and pathological ignorance have you tearing your hair out in frustration? Then don't be alone. Come and join our brotherhood on Patreon. We stand as a beacon of reason against an army of insanity. You'll gain access to my weekly topical podcast, where we take more deep dives than Jacques Cousteau on an endless variety of subjects. There's also videos, interviews, live Q&As, as well as a vast back catalogue of previous episodes, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen via the Patreon app or download in high-quality MP3. Connect with myself and hundreds of other members in our Element chat group. There's no contract, no commitment, you can cancel at any time, and it's cheaper than a Mickey D's McMuffin. Just head to my Patreon page via the link below this video and select the tier called the Brotherhood of Reason. I'll see you over there.